Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Bilco Part SW Replacement 14 1/4 hold open arm assembly for an H20 application, left hand, 4 pound each. So when it comes to Bilco, there unfortunately isn't a really super convenient 10-page pamphlet that lists all their parts and what they go to. So a lot of the identification that we go through of parts is a client will send us photographs of their unit and say, I need that, and circle it. And we usually know what it is. There are times when we don't. There's always a first time for us not knowing what it is, and this is this item's first time. But we know it's for an H20 floor or vault sort of door. And this is what they would call a hold open arm assembly, or maybe a guide. This is the left hand, and when you're facing the unit from, and I'll show you a couple of photographs, when you're facing the unit and you lift the doors open like this, you'll see the hold open arms. If you were to turn so that you lift the door in front of you, the left is on the left and the right is on the right. We know that this is the left because this is the outside of that arm, is the bottom line. This is the outside. And this is toward the hinges. And that must therefore be a left hand. When you're facing this, when you're looking at this video, this will appear to be on the left hand because I'm holding it on my right hand side. And that's how this is going to, of course, operate when that door moves. The large countersunk area here is going to be for the large bolt that they have included. There's a couple of nuts that they include. It's not clear to me why there are two. They might be tightened against each other. And this is going to go into the L-shaped extrusion or guide bracket that this will ride in. Let's take some basic dimensional properties of this item, and hopefully this video allows you to say that's exactly what I need, or no, it's close, or whatever, or absolutely not. Overall length, stem to stern, so to speak, is about 15 3/4. From the center of the bolt to the center of that guide is where that 14 1/4 is going to come in. Okay, so the 14 1/4 is the center here to the center here. The two important parts that we're pivoting against. Okay, weighs about 1.9 pound. Overall height of the bracket, about 1.5 inches. Overall thickness, about 1/4 inch. It is zinc dichromate steel. Okay, this little handle there is going to allow you to make sure that that's in place when you lift that arm. Let's switch to the screen view now, and let's just take a closer look at some supporting information that we have for this unit. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Here is the item that we are looking at. Not much to see here. I do have some photographs of our item. This is what you would see if you were on the interior side looking to the left, looking to your left as the door was in front of you of the arm. And just different close-up views or perspectives on this item. If you're looking straight down, that's what you'd see. The handle itself, and then the bolts that come with it. Okay. Images from a client. This is the actual arm itself. That's what this client ordered. That's the bracket that it's going to guide into. It's going to be obviously bolted in the sidewall. And that's the right-hand arm. The client also ordered a right hand. And this view, I mean, this is actually the job that we're shipping these against. This shows the left-hand arm here. And the right-hand arm here. The client also ordered replacement lifting mechanisms. I don't know that they do not work anymore, but it looks like the client's missing one over here. So we're missing one, that's for sure. That door is probably pretty tough to lift without the lifting mechanisms. One here, one here. Okay. Now, there is a link below this video as seen here to the manufacturer's page. When you pull that up, you'll be able to open up the Bilco product catalog. This is for an H20 door. So if we do a search on our keyboard, Control F for H20, we're going to be able to find the aluminum channel frame doors, and that's indeed what we're dealing with here. But not exactly. This H20 has an automatic style hold open arm. But let's continue to cycle through the catalog and see if we can find some sort of image that might show us what we're dealing with. Yeah, here's an H20 channel item, and I'm going to say automatic hold, open arm, and release. I'm going to say that that's probably here, but the guide is over here. So this somewhat shows what we're dealing with. And the reason we kind of become detectives in this regard, there's a good shot of hardware, actually. That's really good. You got a guide arm. I would know this as a guide arm. And then you've got a hold open arm here. This is on page 37 of the catalog. So that gives a good view of what you're dealing with. Hinges, it's not uncommon to buy those hinges. You've got your lifting mechanism with the bottom boot. A couple of them here. Springs that would be inside of there. Safety chain is what I'm thinking that is. Guide arm, hold open arm, bolt package, latch assembly. That bolt there gets removed. Oh, here it is. There's a wrench that can be used to retract that latch, is how that is, by removing that screw. Okay, so a little bit of detective work, but we've shown you where we hide this information, so to speak. Not hiding it, but it does indeed seem like it's hidden. So if you're on a hunt for Bilco roof hatch Bilco hardware, whether it be a roof hatch or a vault door, sidewalk door, whatever it is, if it's not clear cut and you know absolutely what you need, don't guess. Reach out to us, send photographs, send information, the size, what it's made of, and most definitely send a serial number if there is one. There may not be one, but there could be one. And that will all conspire to allow us to absolutely determine what it is that you need. Also on that manufacturer's page, you'll be able to pull up not only all of the Bilco products we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, but also a link to the manufacturer's website. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. So, if you have any questions on this arm, they're calling it a hold open arm, I would know it as a guide arm. It could be that this client's application and I'm looking back at the original photograph. Yeah, I don't see a traditional hold open arm on the opposite side at all. If you look at the photographs that we had gone over, I only see these arms. You know, and it just must be that those doors may open up just past 90. They're going to rest in that position. Plus, you've got the springs pushing those doors up as well. So it must just be, you know, this guide arm is going to help keep the door, you know, basically coming down relatively straight via the lifting mechanisms that are there. As I somewhat alluded to earlier, it's a little bit of guesswork, but when it comes to equipment like this, there can be no guesswork. If you're engaging in guesswork, you're possibly putting together hardware that's just not going to work right. I have clients that call routinely and want assistance on selecting a lifting mechanism, which they'll call a piston or a gas shock, things of that nature. Shocks, most typically is what clients will use as a term. I don't know. I don't know what spring rate's necessary for the weight of the lid, where to mount the material. Every manufacturer of this material, whether it be Bilco or someone else, they've done all the engineering to detail all the right parts. So let's eliminate the guesswork. Let's take the time to find out the right parts. You'll get an exact fit for that, assuming it's still available. We do run into this situation where the manufacturer's long out of business, or or in one extreme case, refuses to sell replacement hardware, only wants to sell you an entire latch. If you run into a company like that, I would suggest not specifying their material. It's you buy a car and they tell you when your starter goes out that you need to buy a whole new car. That doesn't work. And that manufacturer's been removed from specifications of a very major wholesaler, a retailer in the United States. You have to be able to buy parts. Bilco has an entire department dedicated to parts, so let us help you find the right ones. Any questions on the Bilco Parts SW replacement 14 1/4 hold open arm assembly H20 left hand or any other Bilco product? Please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up. Please subscribe and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.